as Qar wakes up,
Yeah, I'm
Qar,
busy negotiating shit with my patron in the background, just scroll.
Qar, you wake up to the sound of a quill on paper. That little thing. There's a small like some candle going for a small amount of light, and there's a light knock on the door. Tunk tunk tunk.
Qar will answer said door.
Qar, Lyra, you don't offer to answer the door since you're closer. You make Qar get all the way up and answer it.
She'll not even she'll open the door. She'll be like, "Who is it?" Just kind of like put her hand up to Qar. Who is it?
Breakfast. You do remember that part of your in-stay was for breakfast. They do have breakfast. Do you trust the person and open the door?
you can
Qar,
tell by
do
the look
you
on my
trust the
face.
person and open the door? Actually, both of you can do a perception check.
I'll say I don't trust shit after what she's been through the last couple of hours. Do I got a long rest finally after that? Because I in
You
the room
got a
for a
long
while.
rest, yes.
Thank you. There's reasons. There's reasons. I need my fucking grocery shit back. I'm gonna play D&D on Valentine's Day, and the day after, I'm gonna go see my boyfriend. No, do not trust him. Chat says no. This is Neil. Neil is a consequence DM. I don't trust shit.
You got an 18?
19 for her,
19.
and a 21 for me.
Then you got a 21. All right. Well, Qar, you noticed this before her, even though she got a higher roll than you. But you smell something very tasty. You know, that whole eggs and bakey type breakfast, the big, nice platter. There's like 3 or 4 poached or whatever eggs on the side. There is a trout. Oh, yep, that's a trout. Yeah. There's a trout sitting in the middle of it. You can smell this from here. And yeah, on the one side, there's some sort of vegetables. You're not sure what, but they smell tuberous, probably potatoes or something, parsnips maybe. You can also smell like a fresh brewed pot of Java type coffee and some other things. And you think there might be some fruit juice in there. And again, she repeats, breakfast! And it says, lady type voice. You remember
He'll definitely open the door, like...
I don't remember if I actually described the innkeeper to you, because the innkeeper wasn't the same place as the saloon.
Playing D&D.
It was a separate building. So, you do open the door?
Yes.
I'm going to be at the ready for shit to happen.
Below you, I mean, like below your kneecap level below you, is a very small halfling woman of elderly status, pushing a cart that is twice as tall as she is, with a smaller, like, handrail that's down at her height, but it is a full-size cart. On it are 2 full platters, one on one shelf underneath because they don't fit beside each other. One of them is bigger than the other, and that one you recognize as being yours because there is stuff on there. You're like, no, I don't think most normal other people would eat these. I don't know why. These are fucking amazing this way, but there's a small actual... The fish I mentioned? Yes, there's a trout there. But around it are smaller, like, raw smelts. Little tiny fish. They're kind of like an anchovy or a sardine.
Okay, yeah.
A little bit bigger, if I remember. But it's got like a couple of those around it, and they look fresh. They look like pulled out of the water within the last couple hours.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely relieving the lady of the trays.
The trout itself has the head still fully on. These things look well cooked. You can tell from looking at it that the bones in this thing probably they won't even be a problem at all. The other platter doesn't have as much as yours, but the elves are not as hungry. So you're like, yeah, you would take the whole cart or you just take the platters?
Yeah, he'll He'll take the whole cart.
You're like, I'll take that whole cart, right? And she like smiles at you and waves as you pull it into the room behind you. She suddenly realizes that she's holding like something. I was like, oh, and like waves her hand at you, and just before you close the door, she slides her hand through and hands you a piece of paper.
He'll
And
definitely take the paper.
You grab that and close the door afterwards. She wanders off to continue down. This was specifically only your trays of food on, by the way. You didn't just steal someone else's breakfast. All right, Lyra, what kind of things do you think would be an appropriate near Underdark breakfast? These ones don't have Underdark's food per se, so it's not like you get the taste of home. But what would be Elvish adjacent type foods? They're going for what they know of elves.
Mushrooms, some darker meats, maybe something with a little, like a tiny bit of poison. Basic poison.
Well, that would be what you're normally. So they're trying to simulate some of the stuff that you might like.
Yeah.
So you get a taste of this, and I'm going to let you quickly do a Constitution save.
The chat says, "I'd be scared it's poisoned. I'm a drow. I expect the poison."
I'm going to let you do a Constitution save. I'm not going to tell you why or.
Dirty 20, motherfucker.
Dirty 20. Perfect. Well. While you're waiting, Qar, you can do one also.
All right.
Right. So you eat that lovely breakfast that's put in front of you, Rose. The eggs, you're not 100% sure what species of eggs they are, but they have the white meat around them like a normal egg, but the yolk, instead of being yellow, is a greenish color.
Green eggs and ham! Fuck yeah!
17, nice, cool.
Yes.
All right. So Rose, like I said, you have three.
No, go back.
Three sunny side up green eggs.
Green eggs.
They have a runniness to the yolk, but the rest of the egg is nicely cooked. They got a crispiness to the edges. You got some sort of toast, which seems to be like a ground wheat of some sort, but more like a rye bread. You got some like mixed breakfast vegetables and what is effectively a potato hash brown. Your meal is quite refreshing, quite filling, and quite warming. You feel ready for your day after eating that. It's a quite solid endeavor. Qar, yours is just as good. That trout, like I said, the head is on, but they did cut it in such a way that you could separate it by itself. They figured you might appreciate that.
Oh yeah, he does.
The little schmelts, you could just pop them a whole like they were just a candy or something.
Yep. Slurp the trout brain out, you know.
Oh yeah. The veggies that you got on there, they were nice and well cooked. Like they did a little bit of a mixture of kind of like a boiled and a crispy on the outside. So like soft root vegetables, but with a crispiness. Kind of like a baked potato. And then all of it mixes together into quite an enjoyable meal, and you feel ready. Oh yeah.
Why do I see Lyra or Alenia like just for shits and giggles? The one time they're like, let's see what Qar has in his mouth. Yeah.
Mage hand that shit. Let's be smart. If we're gonna look into Qar's mouth, we're mage handing.
And then they just see the utter like
the horror that is inside of a turtle's mouth. Yeah.
Yes.
That fish ain't escaping.
Yeah, no.
All right, so you guys have had breakfast. It was amazing. By the way, the coffee is excellent. They have a selection of different things you put in it. There's also a tray of tea. A small teapot only has enough for 1 or 2 cups, but there's a couple little tea bags, not tea bags. It's a loose leaf tea and then a special way of putting it in there.
Can I tell if it was poisoned at all, considering?
Nothing is poisoned. This was all perfectly legitimate and very tasty.
Perfect.
Yours had a little bit of a hint like it could have been, but you realize it was
Flavor.
effectively false poisoning. It was something added to make it have a slight tingle, close as they could get.
It's flavor poison, not try to kill us poison.
Correct.
That is important.
They must have drow through the area and just not feel comfortable with trying to kill people. Damn them, amateurs. All right. So now that you've finished your breakfast, the tray has been is ready to go out. Actually, about this time that you get a knock on the door again. It's that same little lady. She is ready to take your trays away.
Poor will definitely put the dishes on the tray, and he'll thank her.
She reaches up as you are getting closer and offers you something.
He'll take the item.
I am watching carefully.
It's two items. It's two tiny little white rocks, quote quote, almost.
He'll take the teeny tiny rocks because great big turtle.
Looking at it, it has getting it closer. It has a shiny sheen to it, and they look almost lozenge shaped.
Out of character, those are sending stones. In character, he doesn't know what the fuck they are.
Out of character, those are those white mints that have the chocolate stuff on the inside. In character,
okay.
I haven't decided.
My brain went, why is she giving sending stones?
No. I mean, like, she handed you 2 mints.
He will pop
Little
his mint in his...
little white stones. I'm sorry, I was being silly, but
He pops his mint in and gives Lyra hers.
I'm gonna say this. If it's in a wrapper, is it just open?
it is in a little wrapper.
Okay, she's gonna put it in her bag. She'll save it for later.
All right, Qar. You popped yours in your mouth and crunched into it because it has a hard outer, but
Yep.
I'm going to have these ones be the chocolate filled one. So it has a soft core, but a hard outer. Do you want to bite into it, or do you want to just keep it in there for a while?
He'll bite into it because it's Qar. He didn't even take off the damn wrapper. Just
give me a strength check. Your DC is 5, so it's not like it's going to be difficult, but there's a small chance you theoretically break a tooth.
He doesn't have any teeth, though.
That's why I said theoretically.
I don't know what
24.
I'm next.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
you don't break nothing. You're like chomp through that thing, and there's a small gush of that inner chocolatey fluid, and you feel amazing. Actually, you feel way better than you did, and you just had blessed cast on.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Useful.
And yes, I just realized Qar just ate that damn thing without even unwrapping it. Just
he popped it in his mouth, crunched it down. It was like, the wrapper was a little sharp.
a little. I swear, if we cut open Qar, we'd find like random shit in him.
Live Pixie Village.
We
haven't seen the light of day for 103 years, but Qar's only 25.
a random license plate, you know.
Herbie the Love Bug. Meep meep.
Right.
Who's playing a Heron God?
Me.
Neat.
What do you think
Buddy
about
man.
that for a image?
And yes, his name is Tuna Bill.
Neat. I would almost make a Harengan fighter samurai, just so that I can make Usagi Jimbo.
Oh,
what do you think about that?
Interesting.
From my character.
It's a very interesting picture. Do you know Usagi Jimbo?
Mm-mm.
I saw him in an episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles once.
Correct. He was in an episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He is from, I believe, similar or the same artist style as the TMNT comic book characters. He comes from a graphic novel that is all animal people like that.
Mhm.
He is from feudal Japan in this alternate reality where animals are people. He is a samurai rabbit, and he is very brutal. His comic books are not for children.
They are
Good to
NSFW.
know.
Not quite an NSFW, but gory.
Ah,
The crossover with TMNT happened once or twice in the comics because he's
Yep.
from the same universe essentially. But like the cartoon version was the tame version of him, but he was always still a really cool character. The turtles at one point go to his world, like his reality also.
Yes, I am making a tiefling. I haven't made one in a long time.
Tiefling, oh, everybody's out there making tieflings, oh.
Ooh. But yeah, I haven't played a tiefling in a very long time. And I wanted her to not be red, blue, or purple skin, so I asked for a couple of different colors, and this is what came up.
Rose, I believe in the philosophy that tieflings can be any color of the fucking rainbow.
Thank you. Yeah, that's why I didn't want. She's infernal, and I was like, I don't want a red infernal tiefling. I don't want a blue infernal tiefling. I don't want a fucking purple infernal. I want something unique. So, black as night Nyx with the infernal flame.
Sizzly.
Sizzly. She's sexy.
All right, so now that you've had breakfast, the cart has been returned. You've had your mint, Qar, and you feel good. If I remember correctly, that has an 8-hour time limit on it, by the way.
Yep. Lyra's
So-
horrified because he ate garbage.
She's like, is that normal for your people?
He shrugs.
Is that like a plastic straw thing?
Bad. Bad. She's like, so, what was in the letter?
He will open it because he didn't even read the letter.
Which letter?
The little note thing
Oh,
that
the
came with
letter
the
from
food?
the no, the thing that came to the food. It was basically a complimentary upgrade for your stay for the evening. We hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Okay.
Just your typical like that sort of thing.
Mhm.
However, a single coin fell out of it. Not currency you would spend in the store coin.
He takes a look at the coin.
It is a small silver coin, rough equivalent of a normal silver coin, but it's not from this country. It is from a completely different location.
Eyebrow raise.
You're not sure why someone would give you a coin for a place for out of town location, but you
Is
know
it anyone that I recognize? Like any country or not country that I recognize?
No, roll a history check. Do you recognize this currency?
No! We're back to the nat ones!
Woohoo!
Oh my God,
She knows
Tasha.
nothing, Jon Snow. She's rolled like
Tasha.
18 nat ones in the last week.
Okay, the first 3 rolls of yesterday's session was a nat 1, like a
A 2,
12,
and
and
a
then
nat
another nat 1.
Lol.
And it's just been nat 1, decent, nat 1. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
All right, Rose, I'll give you one last chance. Arcana.
Hey, 13.
13. This is a magical coin.
Okay.
That is all you know, because your roll sucked.
Paul goes, I think we should go to the currency exchange or some shit.
She's like, it's magical.
There is a bank in town. They would probably have a currency exchange. And Lyra has determined it is magical because reasons.
All right.
Because sorcerer. She will go to coin and go, that is a magical coin. Can't tell you what kind of
Rose,
magical coin, but it's magic.
He
Rose.
goes, that's okay. We can go to bed.
Actually, Rose, you can tell her a little bit more about it than you realize, because as soon as you like pick it up and kind of like hold it towards her to like demonstrate your point or whatever,
Yeah.
you feel something and you notice it has a distinctive mark if you hold it in the light just right. But when you try to point it out to Qar can't see it.
Qar kind of looks at her like she's a
She's
fuck.
doing the like tilt, tilt, tilt.
You don't see that shimmer
I was
No.
like, you
sort
don't
of
see
thing?
this. I was like, there's a mark on it. You can't. Wait, you can't see that. Of course you can't
No.
see it. She's like,
But
of course.
yes, to
Okay.
clarify, Rose, there's a mark on it.
Uh-huh. No, I caught the meaning.
Yes. Just making sure.
She's going to pocket that, because that is important. That's useful for her and her patron. Like I said, I caught the hint. There's a
Yeah.
mark that Qar can't see. I'm like, well, shit. That's a me. That's my patron being my patron.
Qar just kind of looks at her like, blink, blink.
She's like,
I go to sleep, I wake up, and she's got a new sugar daddy. What the fuck?
She's like, I may have made a deal with someone.
He
Right
face
now-
palms.
Right now, Qar is thinking to himself, "Did I meet another Elenia?"
Yes. But then she says deal, and he's like, Ugh.
And so in your inner monologue, your brain just says to you, "Did I meet a stupider Elenia?"
Pretty much.
You're fucked.
Nothing against your characters or you, Rose. I'm just saying this would be his internal monologue would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with her? Is this Elenia
Yes.
2.0?"
Yes. With Qar, it's gonna be a lot of magic or deals.
Contracts. Magic. Why me?
And then people wonder why Qar drinks.
Right.
She'll tell him, hey, I managed to get us information by doing this deal. And she will pull out the
Little disc thing.
emerald jade.
So she pulls out this
Glass
little
stuff.
box. Basically, think of it as being like a small Magic the Gathering card box, but made out of like an ebony wood. It has a sliding compartment that opens up so that you can pull these things out, and they look like, think of it pretty much a Magic the Gathering card, except made out of thinly sliced jade and or emerald. It's like kind of a hybrid between jade and emerald.
Okay.
But they're thinly sliced and they have stuff on them, but she hasn't figured out how to read them for one.
Not yet.
They have information on them for her. There are 6 cards in total. They're kind of like, they're almost like a one of those like punch cards in some old like work entrances.
He is standing there pinching the bridge of his beak.
We need information on the Throne of the Black Roses. We have information now. We also have information on Arkarthas from a trusted source.
Oh yeah, I remember what those green things were supposed to be now. They were supposed to be a map to a secret route to get to Arkarthas faster and safer, because the main one
Yes.
is known to have bandits on it lately.
Yep.
And that was
So
part of your payment by Elmira to work for her and save her friend, which you succeeded at, and now her and him are going to live in Port Haven happily ever after.
For now.
Or they would like to believe.
They're protected from the roses. For
They're
the moment.
protected for now, yes. But You know, things,
For 11 months,
time
so long
passes,
as
time passes, contracts fade.
I can just re-sign a new one. Or get them to re-sign a new one. But
All
yes,
right,
we
so
have
you've
a
done
map
that,
to
and yeah,
Arkarthas. So,
Alright.
she'll say, we have a map to Arkarthas, a safer, more reliable one than the normal route.
He goes, I swear between you and Elenia,
What?
y'all get yourself into some deep shit.
Oh, not nearly as deep as my father. I'm pretty sure you can't see what the contract is that he has, but he's in some serious shit, and I plan to deal with that. In fact, I have to deal with that.
Why are you dealing with your daddy's issues?
Because I'm his debt collector.
to slightly clarify in an out of character matter so that you might understand what's going on, she found out that her dad owes her boss his soul, effectively, and he owes a lot on it. It goes by a time frame value. Typically, when you make a deal with him, you have 2 years to live. If you do good things for him, you get more time. If you do bad things for him, you get less time. And when the time is up, he basically shows up to either make you renegotiate the deal or die.
Yeah.
Her
And
dad has accrued 50 years of debt.
of debt. And now, because we're going to Arkarthas anyway, and I work for my Sky Daddy,
She
I
also
will
fo-
talk to
she,
my dad.
she found out her dad is also in Arkarthas.
Yeah.
Quar's like, again, why are you taking on your father's problems?
Oh, I'm not taking on his problems. I'm making sure he pays. There's a difference. His debt
She's
has
not
come
going to
due.
save him. Well,
You
she's
know,
kind of going to save him, but she's not going to save him.
his debt is due, and if he doesn't agree to renegotiate, then I will do what needs to be done and make sure he meets the debt collector.
Quar goes, or why don't you just, have him meet the debt collector faster,
Because if you're dead, you're not of use. Of course. Hey,
Uh,
I'm going good.
Quar's approach is debt means die now, pay later. Her
Yes,
outlook is pay now, die later.
yes,
Die now, I'll take payment off of your corpse.
pretty much.
Sending love from Italy, sending love from Canada.
Woo!
Quar's like, I think, yeah, let's check out, head to the bank, and
We're
hit the
not
road.
taking this to the bank. We're keeping this coin. This might become useful.
He goes, well,
You can
don't you
still
want to know where it's
you could
from?
still go to the bank and ask them about it. You don't have to
Yeah,
give
I
it to
suppose
them.
we could get to know where it's from. I know who it's from.
He just kind of shrugs and, yeah,
All
checks
right.
out.
So you guys head out. The little old lady there takes your tray as you're leaving, and as you're walking away, you notice the way she pushes it is just ridiculous looking because of her size. But it's just like
I'm
you
gonna
get down to
take a
the bottom.
look at her.
You get down to the bottom, and the clerk there like nods at you. Gets out the paperwork for your night stay. Da da da. It comes out to both of you with the meal, etc., and this and that, and those. All the factors into it is a whole 5 gold pieces in total.
I'll pay it.
Well, oh, okay.
I got. Because it has 658.
Cora goes, are you sure you wanna? I can pay for it.
Oh no, it's a Canadian standoff.
It really is.
Oh, do you want to pay for it? I'll pay for it. Or do you want to pay for it? Oh, I'll
I
pay
guess
for it.
I'll
Do you
let
want
you
to pay
pay
for it?
for
I'll
it
pay for
this
it. Do you want to pay
time.
for it? I'll pay for it. Do you want to pay for it?
Qar will count out 5 gold pieces. Well, actually, no, he'll count out 6.
You
And
count
be
out six.
like,
Slide them over.
I'm
he'll be like,
gonna.
the 6th one is a tip for the little lady there.
The clerk smiles. He picks it up and he puts it over on this tiny little tray with a special little picture on it. It's just like you're not sure what it is. It's like think of it as a Japanese kanji meaning peace or something like that, right?
Yeah.
He
Okay.
puts it into that, and you notice he has a different tip jar.
Yeah.
But he
She's
put it into
going.
that one. He put it into that one again, and it made a very soft, like bell type sound when he dropped it in. But the coin vanished almost immediately. The ringing continued for a small amount of time, but you did feel at peace and very calm because of it.
He just kind of smiles.
I'm going
And,
to take a look at the clerk
yeah.
for any markings.
Do a perception check, milady.
Of course.
And, Qar is also kind of negotiating
11.
with the clerk, like, can we get her a smaller trolley, you know?
Oh, she absolutely loves that trolley. We've tried to get her one more suited for her, but no, she won't have it. Actually, honestly, last year we tried to get her some automatons. And even a couple invisible stalkers. She just no.
Mm.
She insists on doing it herself. If only I could be that strong at her age, I'll be so hopeful.
He goes, fair,
No,
fair,
no,
fair.
no.
Mhm.
I want to do it. I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
hate
no,
you.
Rosie's turning into a deal maker.
I hate you. If only I could be that strong. I'm sure we could work a deal if you would like to. I have somebody who could make it so that you stay strong at her age.
Qar looks at Lyra like, excuse me?
So,
What?
do you let her continue this bargain?
He wants strength. I have a way to get him strength.
I'm
How is
asking you,
that
Tasha.
bad?
Does Qar allow her to continue this bargain, or do you just like tap her on the shoulder, and be like, "No, stop"?
Yeah, yeah. He'll tap her on the nose, be like, no, stop. Bad elf lady. Bap.
If it interests the Rose, without needing a perception check because of passive perception, you did notice that he did not appear interested.
Fair. Okay, she won't pursue it then.
By
Persuasion is
that
not
I
her
by
game.
that I mean when people are intrigued by an idea, they will like lean into it type thing.
Oh yeah.
He remained completely neutral, like no towards or away, meaning there was no interest or disgust, just that no interest.
Okay. Like, alright. If you do, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying you will, look me up. Let's go to the bank. I'm becoming Alistair. This is going to happen a lot, Tasha. I warn you.
All right,
I
so
know.
you make it out onto the street. Yeah, as I've designed this as kind of a frontier type town, there is a small wooden walkway along the sides of the road where you can safely walk without having to walk in the road itself, right? Or you can
Sounds
walk on the
good.
road where the horses are. The side passage is made for bigger people. They do get occasionally like large size individuals, such as shorter giants. So
Yeah.
there's definitely enough room for Qar in here.
Okay.
There's little tiny stalls and along the way, kind of like mix a Wild West storefront, but with street vendors.
All right.
Because there's transients that come and go all the time. There's people trying to buy and sell stuff. You see that one guy trying to sell scammy little talismans. You know they're scammy because you watched that one fall apart and he glued it back together by spitting on it.
Okay, I'll just stop you. What is the humor thing? You said you noticed that he has a scammy little thing for talismans. As you said that in chat, a bot appeared going, "Get the best viewers here!"
Lol.
Talking about scammy.
I'm good at calling. What can I say?
Lol.
So yeah, see, you see that sort of vendor. Every now and then you see some street food. The not as often or not as regular as in like a place that has an actual market square, but there is some sort of street vendors around. There's a couple things for barbecue type stuff, like little barbecue type, or like a hibachi type barbecue, but they grill things for you as you watch. Da 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 da. There's somebody making something that's kind of like a bannock with a sausage in it, mixed with some other stuff and season. It's a Korean corn dog made from bannock batter with weird toppings.
Okay.
It's an elephant
Not from
ear.
Korea. Something like that.
Mhm.
They got that sort of stuff. Doesn't take you long to get to the bank, though. The bank is like right down the street. It's one of those main buildings. It's a nice white one. It's got a nice archway in front of like on the front top saying bank. I can't remember the actual name of it, so I'm not going to tell you right this second. I think I have a note on it. I just don't know where it is.
No worries.
It's hiding up your butt.
I doubt that. I would notice because that would be very uncomfortable.
Fair.
Oh my god, what are you doing to me? That is a pain in the ass.
Lyra will walk in.
Do I have Waverly as a page here? That's Waverly. Waverly. Here it is. I'm trying to remember what the name of the bacon. The
bacon.
Bank and Vault, the Waverly Safe House.
All right. Cool. I'll just kind of.
That's good.
Known for providing loans, secure storage, and currency exchange. As you walk in, you see the old style bank. Think every bank you've seen in an old Western movie. They've got a small little foyer. There's a wall with some tellers behind it. Right now, there are two people here. There is the one at the front as a teller, and there is one further behind, sitting at a desk doing paperwork. That one looks like the owner, and the one at the clerk looks like just your normal everyday person that works at the bank, but they do look related.
All right, he'll.
Do you want to try to talk to the one sitting in the back or the one sitting at the front?
And the front.
All right, so you're going to get up into the queue, which has a whole one person in front of you.
Oh wow, one person.
Some old lady counting out all her fucking copper.
More or less. It's something exactly like that, actually. She's sitting there, you know she's going to be here quite some time. The clerk, however, nods at you and looking over top of her, kind of says, "How can I help you today?"
Qar goes, we're trying to figure out where this coin is from.
Lyra will pull it out. Do the pull it out in between her fingers, kind of a thing.
Well, if you bring that over here, she points to the next clerk over, and she says to the lady, Miss Marple, I'm just going to step over here for a second. You continue counting. If you need to, just call out to me. And the lady's like, smiles, continues counting to herself.
Qar just kind of rolls his eyes and tells the person in front of them, "You're gonna be here all fucking day, dude. You might as well go home."
Other guy, the other person in the line is like, I'm used to it.
Marple's a regular.
Very much so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so they wait. The clerk waves you over to the other side. She grabs a jeweler's one of those jeweler's magnifying glasses that you can wear as a monocle. She grabs one of those and reaches out for the coin.
Hands it over. Tink.
She takes it. She moves a little, kind of a light lamp type thing that's on there. Turns it on, shines the thing, looks at it a little bit, looks at it, grabs hands it back to you actually.
Thank you.
Grabs a catalog from under the desk, starts skipping through it. And
That's a flip.
it happens to be in a section for a country called Philor.
Hey! Oh, Qar would recognize it then because he's been to Valor.
He doesn't recognize this particular coin, but he does recognize the styling now that he thinks about it.
Okay. He's like, yeah, that makes sense.
This seems to be a coin that's either no longer in circulation or was only a special edition.
Okay.
Okay.
In fact, that's what the clerk tells you. That it was a special edition specific coin for a specific era, not that long ago. The lore's only been around a couple hundred years.
He's definitely gonna take a picture of it, then be like, "Hey, Lenya, look at this cool
I found this neat coin."
Alenia's gonna pass that off to Renee. Be like, hey, tell me about this.
Renee, you know anything about this, my brother?
My trading partner, my love, my dear, my pet vendor. Tell me all about this special edition coin.
Also, any new shipments of animals? Any cuties? Any absolutely adorbs that need new homes?
So my displacer base, where are we at on that? My displacer kitten, you said you'd get me one. Where are we at on that?
He's still not having any luck finding any of those.
Damn.
Well, poaching on them has been very much illegalized in a bunch of areas, so transporting them will get you major fines.
Makes sense. Gotta find an abandoned one and give it a good home eventually.
You have to have a legitimate reason to raise one safely. Yes. So, you have to stumble across one in its natural habitat that just happens to be on your land.
Good luck with that. That's what she said, if he can ever find her one.
Right.
It's not a right now, but she checks in every once in a while with that. But yeah. Elenia will text Qar, let him know. Renee will let her get her information and she'll pass it on when she gets more info.
He will thumbs up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the information you needed. Do you need anything else?
No.
All right. Well, then I'll have to get back to my exciting day with Miss Marple.
He goes, good luck with that.
As you two start walking away, she waves the other guy over to where she is and deals with him quickly.
Miss Marple loses count and start over.
Miss Marple has lost count twice.
Oh, God.
Since you've been there.
That's why he was like, I'll just help the next person because she's going to be here all day.
No. All fucking day.
All right, so you guys head out of the bank. Anywhere else you'd like to stop quickly before you go? Here, I will quickly give you additional businesses of the town in case any of them jump out at you. There's obviously the Iron Spur Depot, the train station.
Train station.
There is
We need to stop by the
there
train station.
Yeah.
there
You
is
son of a
there
bitch.
is the Dusty Chalice. That is the saloon tavern you were in. That one is owned by a tiefling, though you met a furbolg bartender there.
Dusty what?
The Dusty Chalice.
Chalice. Thank you.
Then there's a general store, which is the Iron Branch Goods. From the name, you assume it's run by a dwarf.
General
You
goods,
would be
yeah.
you would be correct. There is a bakery called the Hearthside Oven, best bakery in town, only bakery in town, but that's besides the point.
That's gotta be a halfling.
Human actually.
Oh.
A warm and nurturing human woman known for her generosity. Description: a cozy bakery with a smell of fresh bread wafting through the air. The walls are lined with baskets of pastries and loaves. Every 3 days, she serves free bread and stew to the less fortunate. Her signature items are honey apple pies and spiced rolls.
Nice.
Additional businesses include the Ember Forge Works, which is the blacksmith, run by a very large half-orc. There's the Willow Shade Remedies, which is a herbalist run by a nice, soft-spoken elven lady, whose name is Fenna Willow, thus Willow Shade. There's the Livery Stables, which is the Golden Spur Stables, run by Jorik Highfield, a human rancher. They're known for horse rentals, wagon repairs, and animal feed. There's the chapel, which has the Sanctuary of the known as the Sanctuary of the Dual Aspects. It's run by Brother Cedric, a halfling devoted to the god of duality, both light and shadow.
Ooh.
All right.
There's the Stitch and Needle, which is a tailor, run by Melba Durick. Her nickname is Buttons. She is a gnome. The bank is owned and run by Alicia Greystone and her daughter, the clerk that you've talked to, which I haven't named yet, but I'm thinking is named something like Alana. As Alicia being her mom and Alana being her, for some reason, just feels right.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
There's the Watchtower and Jail, which is the marshal's office.
Uh-huh.
The marshal is Garrick Thornsteel, a no-nonsense human with a history of dealing with both criminals and monsters. People know he has some corruption in him, but for the most part, he does the job properly, so so no one cares. Right? Then you have the Barber and Bathhouse, Clean Cuts and Steam, run by Vetus Kroll, a tiefling barber. Haircuts, shave, and private baths with scented soaps. You've got the Waverly Wanderlust, which is run by Olivia Wynn, an ex-adventurer turned entrepreneur. They sell maps, compasses, camping gear, and exotic curios from far-off lands. And finally, you have the Oak Hide Works Tannery, run by Bryce Fairweather, a woodsman. They make leather goods and shit.
Okay.